So as you can see right here, 2018, he sends me an email basically saying he's a big fan of the movement, my music, etc., and he wants to get on a call with me. At the same time, my brand and movement, PGM, had already been around for about 2 years, but it's really starting to come to fruition here, 2018. You see a lot of people with the timestamps there, using P's flooding it. At the same time, our logo was created, 2018, and you're going to want to remember this logo. Also, around the same time, members started getting it tatted. Around this time of this recording, about 13 people have it tattooed. So about a year later, I get the opportunity to perform for Lil Keith and Lil Got It in Miami. It was a great show. I was the only opener. I got to meet a lot of their people, their team, etc. So flash forward a bit later, I'm gonna post this photo using the P for the first time before the whole push and P, etc. Now, when I originally seen this photo and everyone around me, fans of my music, we were actually very excited because this photo happens to be in my exact neighborhood, about a block or two away from my house, an area that we all claim a lot. It's in our music, etc. So originally everyone's sending it to me very excited. I'm excited myself. I'm thinking it's, maybe a little more than a coincidence. He basically used it to rebrand himself and use it for his rollout for his next album. At first I was frustrated. I didn't let it get to me though. A lot of people were reaching out to me, etc. But, I just kept pushing, kept doing my thing. Now flash forward today, 2024, I see this. Now, if you guys remember this logo, it very closely resembles our logo made in 2018. Oh, and I forgot to mention, in 2020, we did a round of shirts with pretty much the same color scheme and logo Gunna's been using. Now, I don't know what you guys think, but it all seems like a pretty big coincidence to me. Now, I'm not trying to get any clout off this. I'm really just trying to bring awareness to a brand that I've been building from the ground up for around 8 years. I was hesitant to make this video, but a lot of people were reaching out, wanting to hear the full story and really mad about the whole situation. So there's the full story for you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Did he copy me? Did he rip it off? Let me know in the comments.
All right, so for y'all people who may not know or couldn't really pick up on the story, as a young man who basically sit here saying that it don't seem like he has a clothing line. It seemed like it's attached to his music and his music brand. So I guess his music brand and logo is the P with a star in it. The star kind of resemble almost like the Grand Theft. Who make Grand Theft Auto? Whatever that was Rockstar. Yeah, that little star that they got in their video in the video game. He put it inside the P. So Gunna is coming out with a clothing line, and that's kind of like how he made his logo. I think the name of his clothing line is P. It's different. The star is placed in two different scenarios. Gunna's is placed like literally in the middle of the joint. This dude Joan is kind of pushed at the top. I kind of realistically, I feel, of course, I'm not gonna sit here and say it's clout chasing, because if he's telling the story, he got the timestamps and the dates to kind of like show it. It's kind of like you stuck in a hard place, because I don't necessarily know if you can. If you ain't got it copywritten, I kind of don't know how that's going to work out for you. Like, I kind of don't see like, and Gunna kind of just have made it popular. And that's the sad thing about, if you really want to push something, or if you pushing a brand, it's kind of why you kind of can't drag your feet with it. You kind of got to really push it to its fullest potential, because it's like, you don't even want to leave no room for people to be like, what if, or for people to downplay like, oh, I never heard of it, or this, that, and the third. It's kind of just like, it's a tricky situation. And the reason why I even just wanted to play it, to kind of bring in, because Gunna did drop a new project. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, it's nowhere near as good as the last one. It's cool. Is it a solid listen? Like, yeah, I can listen to it and just allow it to play out. Like, if I'm comparing it to the Chief Keef joint, which one do I think is better? It's the Gunna joint, but I don't think that is not a huge compliment to Gunna, because it's just, the Chief Keef jump to me was horrible, and the Gunna jump was just cool. And I'm comparing the Gunna project to the last Gunna project. I'm not even comparing it to when he had a bunch of features like with Push and P and Drake and all them on it. I'm just saying, to his last project since he was in jail, he's not going to have another F You Mean. He ain't gonna have, like, he had some songs and he had actual stuff he really was talking about on that first project. You can tell like he just had a lot of thoughts that he needed to flush out on that first project. And this one is kind of more back into, like, for people who really like Gunna, if you're a Gunna fan and you like the swag rap and you just like the melodic and it just sound like it's cool. It's his pocket, it's his Gunna sound, but it's not nothing to sit here and push the needle.
But it's still, I mean, looking at, I feel like it's still consistency with him.
Oh shit, they down about 2 now.
I think it's a consistent, because because of what you went through and whatever the case may be, you put out a project that did well. Then you put out another project, just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he's still trying to test the waters, see, and if people, fucking with him like that. And like I said, I'm not mad at the project. It was a nice project. I don't feel like,
yeah, but I think putting out a nice project after you coming behind a almost flawless, to the point where some people may want to say it was a great project. Some people was putting in there. You got to think about it. When that album came out last year, people were and of course, let's be clear, a lot of fans were just in the momentum, and I seen a lot of people even sitting here trying to bring the Lil Baby project being back up. You cannot bring Lil Baby back into this conversation because Gunna cannot rap as good as Lil Baby. Do he make better songs? You probably can argue that. Yes. Does he know how to put a sounding wise? Does Gunna know how to put out a project that sounds better than Lil Baby? Absolutely. And I guess the consistency on how the project sounds from beginning to end, how the songs kind of seamlessly flow into each other. Yeah, because all the songs sound like one big song. Like that would be my
so maybe that's my question. If he would have put this one out first and then put that last one out second, you would have felt like, damn, he done it. He's back to Gunna.
No. I mean, I think you couldn't put out this first, because you put out this first and people would have they would have smoked you, because this one wouldn't be able to compare to that Young Thug project. But I'm saying, but if he would have put this one out, like it's still an RA project, and then you came out, you can't put out an RA project your first. Bless you. You can't put out a RA project your first project back from jail, because that's the first time people listening to you. Because if you would have put out this project first, I don't necessarily know if people would have made it to the second project. And even just realistically,
but that's why I'm just looking at it. It's just like one of those. Hey, my freshman debut album did numbers, but then now my sophomore, it's all right, but it's not as compared to my freshman year. But if he would have switched it around and he put that one out first, and then now he came out with that banger with "Fuck You Mean," it's like, oh, all right, you back to being you.
I hear what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but I don't necessarily know if it's like
same. If you could put it in that,
yeah, you can't put it in that order. You got to kind of, especially when you first was coming home from jail, and so many people were just like kind of on your neck, where people was kind of like really just calling you a rat and all it is, when it's dirt on your head, Lil Baby, 21, everybody kind of on your neck. You kind of gotta that first project had to be what it was. With this one, let's be clear. I think if you are a Gunna fan, you're not disappointed in this project. But I'm just sitting here saying, I'm talking about for somebody. I'm not a Gunna fan. I can listen to Gunna music, but I'm not a fan of Gunna. Like, I'm not sitting here saying, I'm not one of the people who about to be like, oh, Gunna better than Lil Baby or Gunna better than Lil Durk. Like, let's be clear. Now, if he could have came back with another solid project like the last one, then maybe we could put those conversations where we can be a little bit more serious. But if I'm listening to it, I'm just like, all right, he's not talking about nothing again. Because that last project, he had something to talk about because he actually had experiences. But it's like, it seemed like, damn, you came home, you'd have had some success off of F You Mean, you didn't start doing tours. This tours is kind of going crazy. I know people seen the video when he was performing in Detroit, and it literally looked like the whole entire joint. I made a video, and people on TikTok was like from Detroit was like, nah, that's all our builders is kind of like that. And I was like, oh, that's nuts. There's no way in hell you could have got me to go to that, to be on that. I couldn't be on that balcony, and I wouldn't be right up under that balcony. And for that balcony to be like bouncing up and down, and there was people on that balcony like going crazy, and then there was people literally right under it, is no way in hell I could have did that. But like I said, for him, it's cool. Like I said, it's cool. It's a cool project. But literally, to me, the biggest downfall, all the songs sounded like, and then I can't see what song what's the hit off of here. Then do he need one? He might not need one, because he can still kind of run off the high off of F You Mean.
The one with Roddy Ricch, not a.
I mean, it's cool. To me, my favorite songs on that junk was the very last song, and what was hold on. It was the very last song, and I like, of course, I'd say I like the What's Happening, John. That was this, but he put that one out. I like the what was it? The John when he was what's the song? What's that movie off The Lion King? What's that little mountain? What's the whatever. Yeah, Timon and Pumbaa. That was number 4. I like number 4. I like number 5, and like I said, I like the very last song, Time Reveals. Be Careful. I like that song, number 20. So I like 3 songs off of there. The Roddy Ricch Jones was cool, but it wasn't enough. And like it was cool.
And I'm kind of like, because even with
I even like the Back in Atlanta John and the trio. Like the song, like what I'm saying, it's not a bad project. It's just cool.
But that's why even with the whole Gunna situation, I think, because right before that, I think it was either last week or the week before that, him and Shorty put out the song Normani. I like that one better than the one he got on his album with her.
Yeah, because she probably reached out to him, and she probably
did a favor. I mean,
they probably did a swap. But you got to think, but that's probably her song. But you got to think, she been working on her project forever. Like, her fans been waiting for her to drop a project forever, so she probably been sitting on that song forever. So that song, like comparing the 2 songs, where I don't necessarily know if he came up with this song, he just put her on there, like we just doing a verse for a verse type of situation. But if this is my song that I've been working on for however many years, that song, of course, going to just sound way better. And to me, is this one, it was just like, all right, it was cool. Like I said, I'm not. Like I said, if you are a Gunna fan, I'm 100% positive you probably love this project. But I'm talking for the people who are not Gunna fans, but I just like music. To me, it was cool. Like, if I'm giving it if we going on a scale to 1 to 10, I'm gonna say it's like a 7, and that's not bad. I'm sure that's not bad for most people.
No.
Most artists would be happy. If I'm saying that's a 7, that Chief Keef is like a 4, dog.
No, that's bad.
That Chief Keef was horrible, dog. That Chief Keef was like ridiculously horrible. What else is going on?